Good evening everyone. Today we will discuss Ohm's law, factors which are dependent on Ohm's law. Today we will discuss that, right? So we'll start with Ohm's law. First of all, the statement of Ohm's law, it says that at constant temperature and pressure, the current which is flowing across a circuit is directly proportional to potential difference across its ends. Or you can say, in an electrical circuit at constant temperature and pressure, current is directly proportional to potential difference across its ends. You know the meaning of directly proportional. If one will increase, the other will increase too. If one will decrease, the other will decrease too, right? So there is a small derivation which is related to this. As I have told you in the statement, that at constant temperature and pressure in an electrical circuit, current is directly proportional to potential difference across its end. What is the meaning of this? You know the symbol of current is I, symbol of voltage is capital V. Here we will get a new term called resistance. Its symbol is capital R and its unit is ohm, right? After the name of the scientist, Ohm, right? So the statement says that current is directly proportional to potential difference. It also means if I am proportional to you, then you will also be proportional to me, right? Similarly, if I is directly proportional to V, then V is also directly proportional to I. Now, according to the rule of physics, this is called symbol of proportionality. This is called symbol of proportionality. If you will remove this symbol of proportionality and equal will come, then a constant capital R will come here. It is a constant. This constant is also called resistance and it is denoted by capital R, right? Small r is for radius, capital R is for resistance. If you can rewrite it like this, V is equal to IR. This is a simple formula for Ohm's law for potential difference which we will get from Ohm's law, right? Similarly, if you have to calculate I, it can also be written as V by R, and if you want to calculate capital R, it can also be written as V upon I. By this formula, the unit of resistance, as I have already told you, it is ohm, OHM ohm, and this is the symbol of ohm. So 1 ohm, how you will define 1 ohm? It can be defined as the ratio of 1 volt and 1 ampere, right? It is the ratio of 1 volt and 1 ampere. One of the definition of ohm is this. Another definition, if 1 volt of voltage or if unit volt of voltage is applied across a conductor having a current of 1 ampere, then resistance is said to be 1 ohm. Yeah, resistance across a circuit is said to be 1 ohm if 1 volt of voltage is applied across a conductor having a current of 1 ampere. And the easiest definition is ratio of 1 volt and 1 ampere is called 1 ohm, right? Now how we study this Ohm's law? This Ohm's law also says that resistance is constant. We in class 10 we basically study 3 experiments to prove that resistance is constant. One is normal verification of normal Ohm's law, another is verification of series combination of Ohm's law, and then we have is verification of parallel combination in case of Ohm's law. But now we will only discuss normal Ohm's law. For that we need a circuit diagram, right? We need ammeter, voltmeter, a fixed resistance. If you have to do this experiment in class 10, I'll give you this fixed resistance, but I won't tell you the value of this fixed resistance. This value of fixed resistance, you will tell me, right? So, a fixed resistance is denoted by capital R. You have to keep one thing in mind, that ammeter is always connected in series with the fixed resistance and voltmeter is always connected in parallel. We will study about series and parallel later on in the chapter in detail. Right now you have to keep only one thing in mind, that in series combination voltage across different resistor is different and in series combination same current flows across different resistors, but in parallel combination voltage remains same across different conductors, different resistors, and current is different across different resistors in parallel. We will study that in detail later on in the chapter. Now you connect this with the help of a battery. We have a battery here, and you know current is supplied from positive to negative terminal of the battery. I am telling you again and again that ammeter should be connected in series. If you will interchange V and voltmeter and ammeter here, then you won't get good values, right? Resistance won't come constant. Next thing, we have key which is closed. This is called adjustable resistance or rheostat, right? This is adjustable. You have drawn all the circuit diagram which are given in NCERT. I'll tell you the page number, just wait. This is called adjustable resistance. Also, the other name of this adjustable resistance is rheostat. Okay? There's a pointer on the top of this rheostat. I'll show you. Before doing Ohm's law, all of you must have NCERT with you. Various circuit diagrams are given on page number 203. You have to draw these circuit diagrams, and then you have to verify this. Now I'll tell you how you have to verify. This is the experiment which you have to do in physics lab. Setup, you have to arrange. All the things will be given to you: battery, rheostat, key for a switch, right? Ammeter, voltmeter, resistance. First of all, you have to connect all these apparatus according to the given circuit diagram. Now, you have to move the pointer. Battery, you can take it off. There are various pointer in battery, 8 volt, 10 volt, 12 volt. Okay? You can connect it accordingly. One thing, we have to find out the value of this resistance. What we will do is, we will take different readings of voltage from voltmeter and current from ammeter, right? And you will make a simple table as I am showing here. Reading of current, then voltage, then resistance you will get, right? I am just giving you one example. Suppose the reading from current which you will see from ammeter is coming 2 ampere. Current is always in ampere. And voltage is coming 6 volt. Then what will be the value of resistance? It would be 6 by 2, that is 3 ohm. Okay, similarly you will take different readings of current from ammeter and voltage from voltmeter. If current is coming 3 ampere and voltage is coming 9 volt, then you will calculate it using formula. Resistance you will calculate it using formula R is equal to V upon I. So resistance is 3 ohm. Similarly, if current is coming 3.5 ampere and voltage is coming, voltage will come around about 10.5. You can calculate R, V upon I, 10.5 upon 3.5. Point cancel, 35 3, right? All the time you will see the value of resistance will be constant. So I can tell that the value of you can calculate the mean of these three, but it is coming, at all the time it is coming 3 ohm. So you can say resistance is coming constant, value of resistance is 3 ohm, right? You can say like this, R is equal to, it is not necessary all the time it will come same. Sometimes you have to round it off, but take minimum of 3 reading, my dear students. So answer is 3 ohm. So this is how, with the help of this experiment to verify Ohm's law, what you can do, you can find out the value of this resistance and you can say that resistance is fixed, right? And one more thing, if you have to draw graph between voltage and current, V is voltage, I is current, it will come a straight line. Why straight line? Because resistance will be constant, right? So this is all about Ohm's law. This is the derivation to prove Ohm's law. This is the experiment to verify Ohm's law, with the help of which we will verify that resistance is constant. And this is a simple graph bit to verify Ohm's law that resistance is constant, right? You can note it down. Thank you.